how did that the activist moment happen?
I was working with TisaKorean, who's also on that song. He came to LA and me and him had 3 days of sessions. And the first two sessions, it was like 3 days in a row we had like blocked out. And so the first two sessions were at this studio in Hollywood. I don't remember like the name of the studio, but it was at some studio and we linked blah blah. The second day BK the ruler was supposed to pull up and she didn't end up pulling up. And then we did those 2 days and I was like, word bro, it's great to work with you, blah blah. And then the day after that, bro hit me. He texted me and was like, bro, I'm trying to do a session with Uno. Like, do you have a studio or anything that we could use? And I was like, y'all could just pull up here for real. Like, if y'all want to, like here. And they pulled up and we worked on these two, we made these two songs that like never ended up coming out. That are kind of like on that Atlanta-ish vibe. And type shit, yeah. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, we made two songs here, and then I think my manager, maybe like a month, 2 months later, hit up Uno's manager and was like, "Yo, we should get them in a session." And then we had another session at some other studio in LA, and Uno pulled up, and I just got to playing beats, and that was like one of the first beats that I played, and we made that shit, and we made couple other things. We did like one more, maybe two more sessions after that. But it all stemmed from that Tisa shit. And like bro hitting me last minute. Like I don't do anything outside of like 24 hours notice pretty much. Like I don't like not being able to plan around shit and like I'm big on like my routine. So like it all pretty much stemmed from like me being like, okay, I will do this session today with Tisa and Uno. And yeah, that shit worked out. I'm really happy with how that shit panned out because I didn't think that song was gonna come out. Like I'm really surprised that it did.
In a Songwars, actually, you didn't know about the Songwars, so
No, I didn't know about that shit when it happened. So I like pretty much, bro. I think maybe like 1% of the songs that I've made with people are released. So like now when I'm in sessions and shit, I just plan for the shit to not plan for it to not come out. But every song I make, I'm like, this shit's probably not gonna come out. So I'm not investing so much like
100%. I see you.
You know what I mean? Like
Absolutely.
I just am like, all right, let's just make the song, boom, 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 like staying present type shit. And I saw Uno again at that. I think it was maybe the last session we did, and he was like, "Oh, like
that
when
one,
that Georgia Bulldog shit dropped, blah blah." And I was like, "Oh, this nigga just saying this," because sometimes artists will say like just say shit to like
to
gas
gas
the
you
producer
up.
up,
Yeah, of course, of
yeah,
course.
type
Yeah,
shit.
yeah,
And so I was like, "All right, whatever." And then like it was a couple months later, one of my homies called me at night, and I was asleep, and I just let it go to voicemail. And then I FaceTimed him in the morning, and he was like, "Bro, like, congrats, bro, like, blah, blah." And I was like, "Nigga, what are you talking about?" And he was like, "Bro, you didn't see that Songwars shit that happened?" And I was like, "Nah." And he sent me the link, and I watched that shit back, and I was like, "Nigga, this is crazy." And like the way that niggas was reacting and shit,
yeah,
it was just perfect, bro. It was, and then like I I saw somebody uploaded just like the screen recording audio to SoundCloud, and that shit was going crazy on SoundCloud. I was like, "Damn, like this shit low key going crazy." And then Uno texted me and was like, "What's your email for blah blah blah?" And I was like, "Oh, this shit's really coming." So like I didn't fully think that shit was gonna drop until like after the Song War shit, I low key was like, all right, this nigga just needed like a throwaway song to burn for the Song War shit. Like this is definitely not coming out. So I was 50-50 like he might take advantage of this situation and drop it, or he might just be like, I just needed the song for Song Wars, you know? So I wasn't really expecting that shit.
I saw the Songwars live, and I didn't know you made the beat. I didn't caught up on the tag on live. That was one of the most remarkable songs of the Songwars. It was a song I would really play back. I saw Sizzle going crazy, Southside going crazy. Max after the beat was like, "Damn, this beat is stupid." He was like bopping his head.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah,
a
that was
dream
fire.
right there. That's fire. And another thing, like in the recent years, you know, Uno the activist, he's been putting in work for a lot of time now. In the recent years, he's been very, very active with the streaming community and just putting himself out there as a person. So I asked the question because it felt like something that didn't stem out of you being the producer of Dive In, but just you being in LA in a favorable position, knowing the right people for you to put yourself into that predicament. You know, that's why I actually asked the question.
Yeah,
That's
and with that, it's crazy, bro. With that, I in 2021, I have this a friend of mine. His name is Miggy. He's like a music video director, and he has done a lot of work with Uno. I remember pulling up on Miggy in 2021 and being like, bro, I'm trying to work with Uno, blah blah. So it's been like a constant me just like popping in, being like, can I work with this nigga yet? But since then, so like for shit to finally materialize, blessing, bro,
yeah,
super blessing.
yeah.
Yo, can I hit my bong on here? Do I need to go like off stream?
Bro, please, nah, hit
Off
it on
camera.
live. Actually,
Okay.
fucking, we're going.
Get original mess getter.
But